is the story, the fantastically true story of Herbert A. Philbrick, who for 9 frightening years did lead 3 lives. Average citizen, high-level member of the Communist Party, and counter-spy for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. For obvious reasons, the names, dates, and places have been changed, but the story is based on fact. This week, our story involves a search between the FBI and the Communists for a secret red report involving destruction of a great government project. Herb. There certainly aren't many spots as private as this. Privacy can mean the difference between life and death when your meeting is with an FBI agent.
Thanks for coming by so quickly, Herb.
What's up?
You'll be reading about it in the papers. A newspaper editor up in Rock Falls named Edwards has come up with quite an expose story.
Communist activity?
Bigger than that. He uncovered proof that one of the key foremen in the new hydroelectric plant up in Rock Falls is the leader of the local communist cell, a man by the name of George Cooper.
Wow. How'd he dig that up?
We haven't got the full details yet. But apparently the editor and the local union officials have been working together from the start to try to prevent any red infiltration in the electric plant.
I've heard mentions of that plant in my cell meetings. You know, concerning the fact that it's so important as a source of power for all these upstate defense industries. I didn't know the party had a man in there, though. Do you know why they got him in the plant?
No, that's the part that's worrying us. Whatever the comrade's mission was, we think he's already accomplished it. He disappeared 2 days ago, and we don't know where he is.
You think this Cooper might try to contact local communist headquarters?
That's why I asked you to meet me here, Herb. Keep your ears open. See if you can pick up any information around your local cell meetings. It's possible that Cooper could have been working out of this area.
What do you want to know? Where he is?
Not that so much as why the party got him into the plant. What his mission was.
Okay, I'll see what I can find out.
Thanks, sir.
See you. Maybe that's the reason for all the tension in the cell, Philbrick. Waiting on word from Comrade Cooper about the success of his mission at the power plant. But what was his mission? Maybe you'll learn something at the weekly cell meeting tomorrow night. Better not drop in at headquarters before then.
Oh, Mr. Philbrick, just a moment. You remember that advertising magazine you were wanting? I think I found it for you.
Oh, good.
15 minutes late getting to work this morning, comrade.
I know I had to go to the bank.
Yes, they told me you were there. You've been going to the bank quite often lately. I was just about to go over and get you.
What for?
The meeting. It's been changed. They're waiting for you at headquarters now.
Just how secret was your meeting with Dressler? Just as well she didn't come into the bank. This is the issue I've been wanting, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Philbrick. I'll be glad to order back copies for you anytime.
Good morning, sir. You'll have to wait, comrade. He's on the phone.
Any particular reason why the meeting's being held this morning?
You'll find out. Are you interested in antiques, Comrade Herb?
Not particularly.
I could let you have that one very reasonably. Say $50. It's an authentic Burmese.
Well, that'd be real nice, but have you forgotten that I've been in the back room where you manufacture these authentics?
He's free now. Go on in.
Comrade Herb?
Comrade?
Were you able to reach any of them?
Yes, 2 of them. They claim they don't know where he is. They won't even try to help locate him. They say the whole town of Rock Falls is alerted to the fear of communists in their midst.
Members like those two would sell us out in a minute if the FBI ever got hold of them. We've got to eliminate that danger.
Now, the important thing now is to find Comrade Cooper.
What's this all about, comrades?
We're in trouble, Herb. The leader of our cell in Rock Falls has been exposed by the unions and the newspaper editor.
The idiotic coward. All he had to do was deny the charges, at least until we could make personal contact with him.
Now, wait a minute. We've been confronted with a situation of renegade members before, even cell leaders. Why don't we just appoint a new leader and let the party take care of this traitor in its own way?
It's not as simple as all that, Herb. The party assigned Comrade Cooper a tremendously important task to fulfill. We have got to know the outcome of that mission.
I say the only thing to do is to go out there and try and find Cooper.
How? By going to Rock Falls and asking a lot of questions? Where can I find George Cooper? The Cooper your unions and newspapers have just proven to be a communist agent? Huh. Don't be stupid.
Well, what about his wife? Isn't it possible that she knows where he is?
Yes, she's our only hope. But we dare not try to reach her. And she's too smart to contact us.
Then we're stymied.
There's one possibility open to us. It's risky, but we have no alternative. We've got to go to Rock Falls and try to contact her personally.
A personal contact? That's like putting our head in the lion's mouth.
I said it was risky, but we can't afford to wait. However, I've got a plan that might get us by. Comrade Herb, you've been to Rock Falls on business trips, haven't you?
Yeah. Yeah, my firm has a couple of industrial accounts up there.
Good. Then you could spend a day or so in town without arousing suspicion.
Yeah.
I want you to go there, too. And if one of you slips up, the other one can try to make contact.
What do you want us to do, comrade?
Comrade Bryant will make the first contact with Mrs. Cooper. You'll deliver an antique to her home, something she wanted you to drop off the next time you were passing through. We better pick out something right now. I want this to look completely legitimate.
Yes, well, what do you think of this?
No, that looks too phony. That's the trouble with most of the junk you've got around here. I'll find something. Now, if you make contact with Mrs. Cooper, all I want you to do is to arrange for her to meet Herb wherever and whenever she wants to make it.
I understand.
There's Mrs. Cooper. Can we trust her?
I think so. She helped organize the cell in Rock Falls. Anyway, we have no choice in the matter. If and when you make arrangements with Mrs. Cooper, you'll pass on the information to Comrade Herb.
Then Philbrick's actually in charge of this.
I'm in charge of it. You're both only to follow my orders.
Yes, that's true.
If Comrade Bryant is able to arrange a rendezvous between Mrs. Cooper and myself, what then?
You will impress upon her the necessity of telling us all she knows.
About what?
You have excellent taste, comrade.
What?
That's the one perfect reproduction I have in the shop. It's exactly the same as the toy cannons that were so popular during the War of 1812.
Yes. Yes, this will let Mrs. Cooper know she's finally made contact with the party. Wrap it. You'll leave immediately. You can make it in 2 hours. Comrade Bryant will travel with you, but you'll separate before you reach Rock Falls and make arrangements where to meet. Any questions?
Well, just one, comrade. I don't mind putting my head in the lion's mouth, as Comrade Bryant puts it. If it's good for the party, I'm willing to take the risk, but I think I have a right to know what we're after.
Yes, I think you're right. You should know. Comrade Cooper was assigned by the party to a key job at the Rock Falls hydroelectric plant. His sole party purpose was to provide us with the best and simplest information whereby we could cut off the power and immobilize the whole plant at a moment's notice.
It's a pretty large order, isn't it, comrade?
It's a very big order, comrade. I don't mind telling you it's the party's #1 project for the entire state.
Then the information we want from Mrs. Cooper is the plan finished? And if so, what's her husband done with it?
Precisely. If that plan is still in Rock Falls, we have to have it immediately. Now you know the magnitude of the task in front of us. I won't say any more except we don't dare fail.
All right, Philbrick, you got what you hoped for. This is exactly the information that Dressler wanted. Only maybe you got more than you hoped for. Because it looks as if you're in this all the way. If we do get that plan for the party, the FBI is going to be out of luck. If we don't get it, well, the party doesn't accept excuses for failure. Split up here. You take the car.
I'll go and see Mrs. Cooper. Do you want to wait for me somewhere?
Yeah, there's a hotel at the corner of 3rd and Main. I'll wait for you there, either in the lobby or the coffee shop.
Good.
All right, Philbrick, this is your chance. Get to a phone and call Dressler. Let him know that Comrade Cooper was assigned to draw up a plan on how to put the power plant out of commission. Let him know that you're supposed to find that plan if there is one. You better wait a while, Herb. Make certain first that the party doesn't have a tail on you. All right, Philbrick, you're in the clear.
Oh, pardon me. It's all right. Have some change, please. Thank you.
$0.90? Right off, ready. Maybe I spoke too soon, Philbrick. Maybe he's your shadow. You've seen him somewhere. Whoever he is, he's too close for comfort. Take a walk.
Excuse me. Aren't you Herb Philbrick?
Yes?
Well, you wouldn't remember me. I'm Larry Edwards. I was in your office about 3 years ago to ask some advice on advertising.
Yeah, you were going to start a small-town newspaper. Sure, I remember you. How are you?
Good, thanks.
You, living up here now?
Yes, I've been in Rock Falls about 2 years. I've got a bi-weekly newspaper, the Rock Falls Press.
Edwards? You're the newspaper editor.
Editor, reporter, rewrite man. What are you doing in Rock Falls?
Oh, nothing newsworthy. I'm just looking the town over. I've got a couple of accounts that are thinking of opening upstate branches, and I thought I'd make a little prospectus for them on local industries.
Well, you've come to the right place. The town's booming. I'd like to show you around.
Oh, thanks. Not today, though. I'd appreciate it some other time.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. I just wanted to give you my card so that next time you're in town, you can look me up.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, that's all right. This is Mr. Bryant. Mr. Bryant is my layout man.
How are you, Mr. Bryant? I hope you will be dropping back through soon. I'd like to show you our new factories and our hydroelectric plant.
Oh, I'd like to see it.
Nice meeting you, Mr. Bryant.
Who's your friend, comrade?
Local newspaper man. How about you? Were you able to see Mrs. Cooper?
Yes.
Well?
Turn left at the next corner, stay on the state highway for about a mile. It's the fourth house past the gas station.
Is it safe to go there?
She said the FBI had a man on the house, but they'd taken him off.
I suppose you're looking for my husband. He's hiding out in a mountain cabin about 30 miles from here.
Unfortunately, Mrs. Cooper, we're not to bother with your husband. We have other orders.
We're looking for the report your husband was working on. Is it ready?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Well, where is it?
It's hidden, but you won't be able to get it.
Why not? Where is it?
Please sit down. My husband is a coward, comrades. He was afraid to try and take his report out of the plant. He was afraid the FBI might have spies watching him.
Well, if the report is hidden in the plant, why do you say we won't be able to find it?
It's too dangerous now. The whole report is written on 2 sheets of paper placed in an envelope. The envelope is hidden under the grating of transformer number 3.
Isn't there some way we could break into the plant?
The security regulations are being enforced more than ever now. Thanks to the campaign waged by Mr. Edwards, the editor who helped expose my husband.
Edwards found out about Comrade Cooper?
Yes. Somebody gave Mr. Edwards an anonymous tip about my husband. He went to the union and they worked together to find the proof.
Edwards? Wasn't that the man you introduced me to?
Yes. He thinks I'm here doing an advertising story on local industries.
He offered to take us through the power plant, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's all we need then, isn't it?
Well, maybe, but I'm not sure this is the safe way to do it.
It's the only way. Call him, tell him we'd like to take him up on his offer to go through the plant. When we're both inside, one of us has a chance to get it.
All right, I'll get in touch with him. The party will be told about your cooperation, Mrs. Cooper.
Perhaps it will help remove the stigma of my husband's cowardice.
Incidentally, this anonymous tip that exposed your husband, do you have any idea, Mrs. Cooper, who gave it to this Edwards?
Yes. When my husband continued to vacillate about taking the report out of the plant, I knew he was becoming derelict in his duty to the party. It was only a matter of time until he would crack up altogether. I had no alternative.
We'd better go. It's getting late.
Mr. Edwards, this is Herb Philbrick. I finished my other work a little sooner than I thought, and, well, I figured I might take you up on that invitation to visit some local industry.
Fine. What would you like to see?
Oh, I don't know. I'll leave that up to you. Maybe that new power plant.
Yes, I think that's a good idea. I'm going to be tied up the rest of the day, but I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll call the power plant and see that a pass is left there for you.
Swell. Oh, I wonder if you could make that 2 passes so I can take Mr. Bryant along.
Sure, I'll call right away.
Thanks very much. I'll be in touch with you.
Do that, Herb. Goodbye. I'll be gone the rest of the day. If you want me, I'll be at the power plant. Mm-hmm.
About what we'll do, comrade, once we get inside the plant?
No, nothing specific. I imagine a guard will show us through the plant. We'll have to get him to take us by transformer number 3.
All right. What do you want me to do?
It'll be up to you to keep the guard's attention away from me.
But suppose it doesn't work?
Come on.
Gentlemen, what can I do for you?
You have passes for us to go through the plant. I'm Mr. Philbrick, and this is Mr. Bryant.
Oh, yes, I have the okay. May I see your identification, please? Okay, gentlemen. Charlie, you take over while I show the gentleman through the plant.
What about failure at this point, Philbrick? Supposing you're caught with what turns out to be a communist report, you'd be finished, not alone with the FBI, but with your job, your friends, your family. supposing you are able to get the report out of the plant, it'd mean you failed Dressler. There wouldn't be a prayer of notifying the FBI before getting it back to cell headquarters. This is one spot, Philbrick, where no matter what happens, you can't win. Someplace with a guard. They'll be back this way any minute. It won't take long.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Bryan. Is Mr. Philbrick here? Yes, he's around the corner. We're not supposed to be in this part of the plant. It was my fault, officer. I ran into Mr. Philbrick and I wanted to discuss some business with him.
How about that advertising idea? I'll present it to our accounts and I'll see what they say.
Thanks. I'll appreciate it very much.
Goodness you came along when you did. I just got in Cooper's envelope when Edwards came along.
I was wondering what was going on in there. Did you get them?
Yeah. I grabbed him when he turned to talk to the guards. Here.
This is it, comrade. The complete report. And it was so unbelievably simple. Mere child's play. Do you know what this means to us?
Yes, Philbrick. You know how much it means to the party. But it means more, much more to the FBI. Because someday the Reds are going to try to put that plan into effect. And thanks to the FBI, all that's going to happen is that it'll backfire in the party's face. A copy of Comrade Cooper's report nullified a communist project that had been years in the making. Next week, another story of communist activities from the files of Herbert A. Philbrick, counter spy. A man who for 9 years posed as a member of the Communist Party. This is the story, the fantastically true story, of Herbert A. Philbrick, who for 9 frightening years did lead 3 lives. Average citizen, high-level member of the Communist Party, and counter-spy for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. For obvious reasons, the names, dates, and places have been changed, but the story is based on fact. In the Communist Party, changes of policy sometimes occur so suddenly and completely that they leave the comrades themselves in a state of semi-confusion. This is the story of one of those policy changes and its results. No better place to find out about communists than at communist headquarters, is there, Philbrick? Especially when the FBI wants information about the new Red Boss.